This courtroom is about to explode, and not because of the legal charges. A 21-year-old mother is here for allegedly attacking her own mom and stealing her car. But this case, it's dripping with attitude, broken trust, and one exhausted judge. The hearing starts simple: mental health questions, routine procedures, but nothing stays routine for long. There's yelling, contempt charges, a judge threatening jail, and a grandma trying to keep her grandson from being lost in the chaos. Watch closely because this isn't just about what she did, it's about who she's becoming. Would you give her a second chance? Stick around.
Before I speak and before they give me the recommendation, does your daughter have any documented mental health issues or behavioral health issues? You have to unmute.
I'm sorry. No, when she was in school, when she was placed on IEP in school, they had her on a behavioral plan as well. But outside of that, no.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Go ahead, Ms. John VA, recommendation.
Yes, Your Honor, the state was recommending 12 months to serve 2 days, credit for the time that she's already served, the balance to be probated with a fine of $300, family violence intervention program, 40 hours of community service, and no contact with the victim, Ms. Trimble. Counts 2, 3, and 4 would merge. Count 5 would be 12 months probation to run concurrent with count 1, plus any restitution that the victim was requesting. But I believe I understand that she's not requesting any restitution.
Okay. How old is Ms. Walker? How old are you?
21.
All right, Ms. Trimble, where's Ms. Walker living now?
She lives 3 hours away from me
Okay,
in
good.
Atlanta. I live in Pooler.
Okay.
However, yesterday when I had spoke with the victim advocate, because she had asked me if I had wanted no contact, and I told her that's not what I wanted. I wanted to have contact because she has a son that I do have a relationship with that I would like to remain in contact with. So the no contact part, I if if my opinion matters in that part, the no contact part, I didn't want. I wanted to remain. I wanted to have contact because we haven't had an incident with each other since that day.
All right, Ms. Walker, I'm gonna hear from your attorney and then we're gonna have a conversation. Mr. White?
Okay.
Your Honor, I just ask you accept the plea, Your Honor.
Ms. Walker, you're a mom, so you're gonna experience a lot of what your mama has experienced. And if you listen to me, if you allow your child to treat you,
it's not, that's not even,
ma'am,
the stuff happened with parents.
you're here for whatever I say
I'm
you're
not
here
trying to
for.
really hear that. I'm trying to hear
All right, I'm not accepting the plea. I'm not accepting the plea. She's gonna do jail time. If she takes a plea before me, she's gonna do jail time.
What do you mean? Because it's like you telling me
If
I'm a mom and
you
it
keep
didn't.
talking, you're
Tremaine,
gonna do more
listen,
jail time.
Tremaine, listen, just listen, Tremaine. Tremaine, ma'am, please.
Miss Val,
Give me
Miss Camille, I need a contempt order, 20 days.
20
Oh my
days
God.
for what?
Charmaine, just be quiet. This is what everybody be talking to you about. Just
Okay.
be quiet. Just listen to her and be quiet. Just be quiet. You're never going to like anything that everybody says to you. It doesn't matter.
No,
Just
she
be
grown,
quiet
Miss
and
Trouble.
listen.
See, she grown. No, see, she gonna learn because she out here a single
learn.
mom.
I'm trying to tell you my side
Miss
of the
Walker, you
story.
got your 20 days.
She's not asking you. She's not
me.
asking you for your side of the story. She's just asking for you to listen. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me go back on mute. I can't hear.
She about to get 20 days for direct contempt before the court. And this is why you're having the problems that you're having, because she thinks she's grown and that she doesn't have to be responsible to anybody. But I will tell you that anybody who attacks their mother, takes their car, and then thinks that they don't have to listen to a judge who's trying to put them on the right path, that's a problem. She ain't even good. She ain't even fit to be out here in polite society. I don't want her walking around because she's a danger to others. I don't even think she should have her child. Because if she doesn't know how to act for somebody to benefit her, she can't be a good mom. And I'm just going to say it. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, so she signed off, bench warrant, get it for me. I'm not playing today. She going to learn today. If she can't control herself enough to listen while somebody is trying to talk about the behavior that got her before a judge and 2 days in jail, that's a problem for me. Because what I believe is this little sentence here, she's going to be a problem for probation. I'm not trying to give probation officers a problem. They got enough. So she's not probation eligible. Whatever sentence y'all come up with when she comes back the next time after this bench warrant, it's not going to be probation.
I'm sorry, Jess, because I wasn't trying to get in
No,
the
ma'am,
way of
it's not
what you were
you.
saying. I was just
But
telling her to
she's
be. I was just
grown.
trying to tell her to be quiet.
I
No, I
get
get it. I was just
You're
trying to
at
tell
a-
her to be quiet.
As a mother, you're trying to save her from herself, but obviously that's not possible. But what she's not going to do is disrespect me or the process. It's not even about me, but it's about the fact that I sit in this role and I have a job to do. And she's not going to have a tantrum on this. She's not. No, ma'am. So there's going to be a bench warrant issued for her. She'll be picked up. You might want to put your name out there to take her child. And the next recommendation is either going to be a trial or she's going to take a plea with jail time, because I'm not satisfied with her being on probation. I don't believe she's probation eligible. I'm not going to put that on a probation officer.
Boom. Instant contempt. 20 days in jail for mouthing off in court. And honestly, the judge didn't even flinch. That's how you know she's had enough. This isn't about volume, it's about defiance. The judge warns her, act like this again and forget probation altogether. Now think, this woman is a mother. If she can't listen in a courtroom with her freedom on the line, what's going on in her home when no one's watching? The contempt wasn't the shocker. It was the calm way the judge predicted her future, and it wasn't bright.
Because that kind of attitude, I get paid enough to deal with it. They do not. Not. And if I'm not going to deal with it, I'm surely not going to put it on them. No, ma'am. So after she finished having her little tantrum, then she can figure out that I'm not playing.
Your Honor, she is back on
My
Zoom.
phone died.
Mr. White, you may need to step into a breakout room and explain to her what she needs to do in order for me to undo what I'm about to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
Because she's been held in direct contempt of the court.
If she can, because like I said, I'm not trying to step in the way of.
Mr. White, can I go into a breakout room with you?
Yes.
She's gonna put you in a breakout room. I'm not trying to step in the way of.
I get it, Ms. Walker, and I get what you're doing. Please don't misunderstand. I'm a mom.
No,
so
I'm not trying to step. I'm not trying to step in that way. You're right, and I'm not trying to step in the way of that. I'm not trying to step in the way of that. But it's like, when it comes down to her, child, like I try to be supportive, and sometimes
the problem is, Miss Trimble, is she's raising.
Sometimes she can't get it right. And sometimes she can't get it right, and sometimes this happens, and she has the potential. She has the potential to get it right, and like I said, that's why I moved. That's why I had moved. You know what I'm saying? 3 hours away, just so I wouldn't be the support system or the go-to support system, because even when I do have him, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like I can tell when he misses his mom. I don't know. I've tried. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a parent, I've tried, and I don't want to see her. I don't want to see her
now, though. She's an adult, and I get everything that you're saying. But she's an adult and she has to face some harsh consequences. The consequences being that if you act up like this, your child suffers. You might suffer a little bit, but your child is going to suffer a lot. That's the point I'm trying to make to her before she popped off.
This one hurts. Ms. Tremble, her mom, is literally pleading with the court to understand. She's moved 3 hours away just to avoid being dragged back into the chaos, and she still ends up defending her daughter. You can feel the exhaustion in every sentence. She doesn't want to raise another child.
but she's scared of what might happen if she doesn't. This is real generational pressure, and here's the big question for the audience. When does support become enabling? Can you protect someone without being their crutch forever?
That was the
Right.
point I'm trying to make for her. It is not
And that's
about
what,
you anymore. It is about
right,
that
and,
little boy that you brought into this world that didn't ask to be
right,
here, but he needs stability. He needs somebody who's going to be responsible. He needs somebody who's not going to have a tantrum that's going to take them
right.
away from him, where she has to do time while he's out there swinging in the wind. That's the point I was trying to
Right.
make to her
And
before
I
she
and I
lost
know
it.
that. And I know that. And that's what we try to tell her about. And it's like, and I tell her, a lot of stuff can be solved if you just shut your mouth. Because you don't have to say everything that comes to mind. There's stuff that I want to say that comes to mind. But I'm also old enough to know that not everything needs to be said. And that's what I was trying to say to her. I wasn't trying to get in the way of,
No, ma'am,
you
I
know,
get you. I
yeah,
get you.
that's all that I was trying to say to her.
You were trying to
Because she,
save her from herself, but I get
right,
it. But Mr.
right.
White knows me and he knows how I work. When she comes back, she'll be right. We're gonna
So
work all of
she,
this out. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take Mr. Arendado's plea. Um, um, so Walker, Miss Walker, Mr. White,
Your Honor, I believe Miss Walker has something she wishes to say to you.
Miss
I
Walker,
apologize.
Miss Walker, you will find that life will be very, very hard when you go forward the way that you're going. I know, I know you don't think that because you feel like you know everything at this point and you need to say everything that comes out of your mouth. But I'm a whole judge and I don't get to say everything that comes into my head. I really don't. I have to censor myself so hard sometimes it's not even funny. Um, because there's a time and a place to say things. And sometimes when you're so busy talking, you're going to miss that nugget of information you need to get something better for yourself because you think you know everything. But there are people who have already walked the path that you're walking, and they can give you a little bit of help or give you a shortcut, save you a little bit of hurt or time or energy. But you're not going to get that because you're so busy popping off at the mouth. First of all, it's rude. Second of all, you're raising a whole son. And if that's the way you're going to treat him, how to treat you, that's the way you're going to treat your mother, that's exactly how he's going to treat you. That is exactly what you're going to get back from him. Because that's what you're telling him. This is how we treat mamas. This is how we treat our mother. So you're going to raise a child who, instead of going out to conquer the world and getting better than you could ever imagine for him, he's going to be in an orange jumpsuit right about the time I'm ready to retire. Because you're the example he'll be following.
This isn't just sentencing anymore. This is parenting class, courtroom edition. The judge isn't reading from a manual. She's speaking straight truth. She warns Miss Walker that her son is watching her behavior and learning how to treat her. That's real. The emotional cost of acting out doesn't stop with jail time. It teaches the next generation how to repeat the same cycle. You're not raising a son, you're raising your replacement. Harsh? Maybe, but necessary. Anyone watching who's ever parented through struggle knows exactly what she means.
You don't have a car. You need to use your mama's car. But instead of going at it with an approach that says, hey, mom, I appreciate you letting me use your car, a very valuable asset that if something happens to her car, she may lose her job. You could lose your job and your place to stay if you don't have a car. But instead of saying, hey, mom, thank you for letting me use your car. I'm going to need to use it again. So I put gas in it. I made sure I didn't leave any junk in it. I want to show you appreciation for letting me use something that's very important to you. But instead, you abused it the first time. And then when she says, no, you can't use it this time, then you go berserk and spend 2 days in jail, leaving your child without a mama. Which seems to be easy for you because there is no decision I would make that would ever knowingly leave my child without me. I ain't going to jail for nobody because my children aren't going to be sitting there wondering where I am. And you think, oh, well, you know, they don't know. Kids know. I don't care how small your son is. He knows there's a disruption in his atmosphere. He knows if there's anger. He knows if there's an issue pending where you're not doing well, or his grandmother's not doing well, or he's not doing well, because the force around him has changed. And so if you're going to be the kind of mama that raises a child who's going to go out and conquer the world instead of being beaten down by the world, then every once in a while, all of that talk, you're going to have to pull that way back. You're going to have to be a little bit humble. Trust me. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I sit in this position, but I realize that it is not a position of power for me to abuse. So if somebody steps in front of me in the grocery store, you know what I do? I move back so they can get their grocery cart in front of me. Do I challenge them? No. Because why? What do I gain from it? Got a whole lot to lose. When you realize what you have to lose by all that popping off at the mouth, when it becomes cognizant to you that by doing that, I threaten the welfare and safety of my son, I leave him without a mama. Man, these streets too wild for the stuff you're trying to pull. You pulling it on your mama, but pull that out in the street. I watched somebody pull a gun and put it to a FedEx driver's head in traffic due to a traffic offense. People shooting each other for cutting them off in traffic, popping off at the mouth. You might want to regulate that because it's happening daily. So when you think, I don't want to hear all this, maybe it's something you need to hear. Maybe it's something you need to hear. Because the last thing you want is something to happen to you and your mama has to raise a child that she didn't ask to even have. I know she loves her grandbaby. That's why she's crying. Because she knows you grown, but she loves that grandbaby.
Here's where the judge stops being a judge and starts being a survivor. She talks about real-world consequences, not fines, not jail, real violence. Like a FedEx driver having a gun pulled on him for a traffic mistake. That's the world Miss Walker is walking into if she doesn't get it together. The judge isn't scaring her for drama, she's telling her the truth. This courtroom gives you rules, the street doesn't. And her son, he'll either watch her get destroyed by it or become it. Is that where this is headed?
But she shouldn't have to raise him because you do something stupid. I talked to way too many grandmothers who, instead of living their lives, going on cruises, hanging out with their girls, living the best life that they can live after they have worked all these years and raised their kids, now they're stuck raising grandchildren because their children didn't know how to act. And you are the very example of that. So I'm sorry you don't want to hear it, but I'm going to tell you, I feel like it's my job because I feel like I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to the mother of that child who, when you mess up, you leave him abandoned. When you mess up, you don't know who's taking care of him. When you mess up, then that baby's out there wondering where his mama is. Are we clear?
Yes.
And I really don't think you're a good candidate for probation. Because if you're going to pop off like that to me, I don't want to put you on probation and have some poor probation officer who has way too many cases already having to deal with your attitude because you don't feel like doing what I told you to do. Probation is a privilege. It means I am keeping track of you, but I'm allowing you to be on the outside because you can still live your life, as opposed to what I really can do, which is put you in jail until I'm satisfied and then let you out and be done with the case. I don't have to worry about somebody having to monitor you. I don't have to worry about somebody having to deal with your attitude or your bad day. Because no matter what day I have, I don't bring it to work. Nobody deserves my bad day, and nobody deserves yours. Nobody did it but you. Everything, every decision you make contributes to whether you have a good day or a bad day. But that ain't nobody else's fault. Everything that happened between you and your mother was choices you made. That's nobody else's fault, not mine or anybody else's. And I'll be doggone if I'm going to sit here and listen to you flip off at me like I'm the problem, like I'm the reason you're here. Personal responsibility. Once you start realizing that the choices you make are why you end up where you end up, then you'll make better choices so you can end up in a better place. I'm so clear on that. I see it all day, every day. I recognize it in myself. When you make better choices, you end up in a better place. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So all that popping off at the mouth at 20 years old, like you got the wisdom of somebody who has lived, you barely there. You are barely there. You don't even know. And if you continue along this path, you don't even know what's coming at you. You're barely there. So I suggest, for the strong support that your mother is to you, I suggest that you not abuse her.
Now, here comes the apology. Kind of. Miss Walker says sorry, but the judge sees right through it. Still, she gives her one final shot, and it's only happening because of her mom's intervention. But the warning is clear. Mess up even once, and this entire deal vanishes. What's striking is how little Miss Walker seems to grasp what's at stake. Is this a second chance or a setup for failure? Has she learned anything? Or just learned how to say the right words?
Because she actually wants to have no violent or harassing contact with you instead of no contact. And you know what? No contact would hurt her heart because she loves her grandbaby, but no contact would devastate you because you're going to need her. In the next 12 months, you're going to need your mama. I know it. I can predict it. I can already tell. You're going to need her more than she needs you. She's trying to save you. But I'm thinking maybe if I did no contact, that would give her a break. She wouldn't have to worry about sending you no money. She wouldn't have to worry about no panic call. She wouldn't have to worry about you coming back to show up to leave the child with her because you got something to do and you don't have nobody to keep your baby. She wouldn't have to worry about any of that. She could go to the gym and work out. She could sleep late on Saturdays and Sundays. She could go and do things for herself. That money that she would be sending you, she could go on a cruise. She could do all of those things for herself instead of worrying about you for the next 12 months. That would be a vacation for her.
Okay.
All right, you're gonna learn. You still in that little mode of my little feelings hurt, so I got to show everybody this ain't hurting me. But you're gonna learn. All right. I still don't feel like she's a probation candidate. I really don't. And a probation candidate, I mean, like, is she live in Clayton County?
From my understanding, she
What?
does not, Your Honor.
Where she live?
Miss Walker.
So then I'm gonna have issues where she can't get to court because she don't have transportation and she got a baby.
I do
She's gonna
have
be telling up.
transportation.
All right, then I better never hear that as an excuse. Miss Chang, whoever's the probation officer who supervises her, yeah, I better never hear that as an excuse. We're clear? Miss Walker, I will accept, because they direct us in judge school to always give you an opportunity to apologize when you have been contemptuous in court. Instead of giving you that straight 20 days, I could give you the opportunity to apologize. You have come back and apologized. I still don't think you mean it, but I'm gonna let you have that. But you're gonna do this. I still don't feel like you're a probation candidate, but I'm gonna try it. And only for your mama interceding on your behalf. If it wasn't for your mama, you'd be going back to jail. But yeah, I'm gonna try it. But the first mess up, all of this is gonna come back. First mess up, first probation revocation, first time you come back before me, all of this is gonna come back to my mind. It is. So I'm going to accept your plea of guilty to counts 1 and 5. I'll sentence you to 12 months to serve 2 days. Balance credit for time served. Balance will be probated for you to pay a fine in the amount of $300. That's going to be $444 with the surcharges. So that's the total. You're to take a family violence intervention program course. That's 24 sessions. And you have to attend all 24 sessions. If you miss more than 3, they'll make you start the class all over again. and you have to be able to finish all 24 sessions within the 12 months. You'll do 40 hours of community service. You'll have no violent or harassing contact with Miss Dominique Trimble, and the only reason that's there is because she loved her grandbaby, and that's my gift to her for putting up with your foolishness. Counts 2, 3, and 4 will merge with count 1. Count 5 will be 12 months probation to run concurrent with count 1, and no violations of the laws of the state of Georgia. All right. So now, Miss Walker, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with the probation intake expert. Miss Chang, who is now doing intake? Is Mr. Carmichael still doing intake until a certain date? Mr. Carmichael, you still doing intake until a certain date?
I'm still here, Your Honor. Don't worry.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Carmichael. I knew y'all weren't going to leave me by myself. All right. So, Miss Walker, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Carmichael. Now, I want you to, where'd she go?
He's still on the Zoom, Your Honor.
There she is. I want you to ask him all the questions that you need to ask him that involve your situation. So if you got a job that you work crazy hours, ask about those things so that he can give you instructions as to all of those things. And the best way to get rearrested is to not show up for probation. So please make sure that you attend all of your probation reports as directed. If there's trouble doing any of the other things with probation, share that with your probation officer. All right. So let's see. Did she go into the breakout room? Bless her heart. I'm gonna pray for you, Miss Trimble, that you don't have to end up raising your grandson and that things work out better.
Thank you.
All right. Take care.
Sentence locked in. 12 months probation, 24 anger management classes, 40 hours of service, and 1 tight leash. The judge made it clear, this is mercy, not forgiveness. And if her mother hadn't spoken up, this would have ended behind bars. So what do you think? Should she have gone to jail? Was this fair or too soft? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if this case kept you watching, don't scroll away. Hit like, share the video, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns where the drama is real and the consequences are permanent.